Alright, and I think we are good. Alright, cool. Hello everybody. Welcome back. Um, Kind of funny to be back here in a sense, just because last time we did this, I had pretty much no technical difficulties here at all. And then I did my bleach reaction, and there were a few in there, which is shocking because I've never really had too many problems before. But we're back with some more Arc 5. I'm very excited. From the preview sort of stuff I've seen, because I posted images on Twitter, like the official account, earlier in the week. Today's going to be covering a lot, like way more than I expected. I don't think it's probably going to cover everything that I'm thinking it's going to cover, right? Like, I think it's going to stop at a certain point, and they'll save the rest for the next episode. But this is a decent bit. Like, I even had to inform my brother. I'm like, hey, uh, you might want to pick up the pace on your reading. They are getting kind of close. Uh, but I am very excited to see how this is. I did get DM'd uh, earlier when I woke up about all this sort of shit and like this episode and how fantastic it apparently looks. So I'm very excited. I don't know what else to say. Oh, actually, you know what? I should mention. This wasn't here last time. This cover on the back. When I did my bleach reaction, this is something I also wanted to note, and this was part of the technical difficulties. When I did my bleach reaction, it didn't fuck me over, but this cover wasn't up, and there's a chance it's just because of the time of day. Like I'm reacting to this at like roughly late afternoon, right? I'm watching this in the late afternoon. Whereas Bleach, when I watched it, was like late at night because I had just come home from watching the whole thing again because I was like watching it essentially with my brother, like at a friend's place, all that sort of shit. Um, and there's obviously a time difference there, which as a result is going to create a difference in terms of lighting. Uh, but because of that, I was a little worried because the image back there was really clear, and I realized that for some reason, at least I think it wasn't reversed. Like I mentioned that last time, I was like, oh yeah, the image back there is reversed, the captions are reversed. That got reset. I don't know when. I swear to you, my bleach reactions had them reversed, like prior to, right? I guess I didn't really do the background thing as much, but I swear the captions used to be reversed. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure I hit that button to do so. Maybe it happened during Core 2 reactions. I don't know. But more important thing is this cover is now here. Uh, Not necessarily a bad thing. The captions aren't reversed as I've learned, but that doesn't seem to fuck me over in any way. So you'll still have the captions as an indicator. You'll still have all of this as an indicator. You know, you'll see the time there and everything. It should be all right, right? I don't think it's the worst to not see the picture back there, especially because like I like my reactions to sort of be, you know, in this area where I don't have to get fucked over because it's like, well, I'm not necessarily just going to outright give everything there, but at the same time, you know, I do want to at least have my reaction somewhere. So, you know, it's nice, it's fun to watch that sort of thing, right? Uh, Mentioned it before, mentioned it again. I don't really give a shit in terms of my reactions and everything. This isn't like high quality sort of content, or whatever it may be. You know, if this channel became more popular than the main one, I still would not care, right? That's kind of the thing. It's low effort content. It's whatever. Anyways, let me tab into this. Let me go over to my timer. Let's begin. Hold on. Let me take a drink. Ah, all right. Three, two, one, go. The timer was also something I actually had technical difficulties with my bleach reaction. Up a bit. So yeah, I did get confirmation, 'cause I was mentioning my brother reading it. I did get confirmation thanks to him. 'Cause I was mentioning my brother reading it. I did get confirmation, 'cause I was mentioning my brother reading it. I did get confirmation, 'cause I was mentioning my brother reading it. I did get confirmation that yeah, they do speak about like, oh yeah, knowing uh Liliana already, which I was like, yeah, I figured because I'm pretty sure she's in a side story early on. So it's like, oh, this version just to make it like make more sense. They kind of just say like, oh yeah, this is the first time they meet. Hmm. I also don't know. I think it's not a spoiler to say this because like the episode is literally going on as like people have probably already watched it. If not, if for some reason people are watching with me, a little bit of a strange choice, but honestly, apologies for what I'm about to say. Um, actually, no, I want to wait. I want to wait. I'm just gonna remember the next step sort of thing because I want to talk about that. I love that like instrumental there. Oh, it's them. Oh my god, this is sick. Oh fuck, it's them walking and everything. I thought it was gonna be like the walk. I think some people know what I mean. Some good visuals. That's the thing. Ooh, the flash cuts. Oh my god. I gotta go back to that Capella one that later. Oh my god, look at her. Oh, that's great. And they're fighting it. Oh my god, Priscilla looks insane. Yes! That's what I wanted to see with the arm extensions. I was looking forward to that so much. Holy shit. She is charging it. Dude, White Fox actually locked the fuck in. Like I'm not saying that as like oh he did locked it. Like legitimate. They heard complaints and went, alright, fuck it. No, like no more fucking around. Yeah, so this, right? I was gonna mention it. This death from I had actually checked the manga because it was promoted on Twitter, so I wanted to peep it. Um, oh, she makes him chain himself up. I did not remember that. Um, yeah, so I'm pretty sure for what I saw in the manga is probably gonna be the death here, but I'm kinda I feel like it was like a sickness sort of thing. Oh yeah, it's already started. You can see it in their eyes. I like that their eyes are highlighted to show it. Oh my god, she's just like warped there. Like an actual like analog horror creature showing up. Oh my god. She takes off his fingers too. Holy shit. I feel like in the web novel, like, okay, I could be wrong, right? Again, it's been a bit since I read it, but I feel like, oh my god, that might actually be the new most brutal. I know people would make the argument about the rabbits, but like, the rabbits is kind of like off screen a little bit. Like they don't try to focus on it too much. It's brutal in the font. That is just brutal to look at. Oh, but yeah, I feel like it was a vomit fest with the light novel or some shit. Like it was like they essentially gave themselves a heart attack because the emotions were being like slapped against each other and multiplying. Dude, No wonder this episode is going to cover so much. That section felt way longer with the. No, you know what? It is different in the light novel. Also, nice. Um, it is different in the light novel. You want to know why? You want to know why I know? It's because the thing right there, the thing that I see on him right there, I know for I know for a fact he used that. I remember that. That's how I know it was different. Yeah, because he like froze her or something, actually, if I remember correctly. Obviously, this is gonna be different, right? This is gonna follow the light novel and all that more. But I'm just mentioning what I'm familiar with. It is kind of fun to see how different it is because it's generally the same story beats, but there is different stuff here compared to what I remember, right? And that's what makes it so cool. Because in a sense, it's like I'm seeing the light novel. Dude, they show it with the eyes. That's so cool. It makes sense too, considering like how much they highlight her eyes, but like that. Can we also get a gif of that on Twitter? They really are portraying her perfectly. Oh, they even did the same thing. I love that they have her copy him. That's really great. It's not the same end to the same. Oh, all right, Jesus. All right. Here's our Christ figure. Fist of the North Star has like multiple. Here's our singular one. I didn't even realize he snapped them out of it. That's actually really fitting. For just how much shit he has. And the music they gave him, unless it's like music they already had, it sounds very similar to the it's escaping me right now, but it's like the whale fight OST and all that sort of shit that has a part two during the Elsa fight. Uh oh, there's the kick that I saw. That was the image everybody was posting. Um I almost want to say Tact of Heroes, but I don't think that's correct. But that actually could be. You know what that actually could be? I don't fully remember. Yes, I remember that in the trailer shot. Oh, is it just gonna punch her directly in the face? Or is he gonna. Oh, okay, he did just knock her to the ground. Okay. There's the whole, yeah. Oh my god, the sound effects of her just like essentially shifting her body back into. Oh. There it is. Oh my god, they actually show her splitting in half. I thought they would like zoom it back a bit, but yeah, and then here's his realization. Yeah. Oh, dude, they are killing it. And he also killed it technically, but you know, they're actually it's interesting. It's like they're censoring it for obvious reasons, you know, they're not showing too much. But they are keeping a lot of it in there, and I like that. Because my biggest problem with some of the light novel illustrations sometimes is the fact that it really heavily censors that sort of shit. At most, they give you blood, right? Like, I think the most brutal illustration, at least to my, like, at least from what I remember, is like one in Arc 6, and that's about it. That's the only one that actually shows some, like, oh yeah, there's some, like, oh, there's some gore. Yeah, so we're 12 minutes. Yeah, wow, they're gonna cover a lot, aren't they? Ooh, excuse me. I'm just like thinking about it. It's like, damn, they're uh they're going into this. I guess it makes sense. I didn't consider that they would go this far with the episode, but it would make sense because if it took longer, that'd be kind of odd. This part I don't entirely remember to a certain like sense. I do remember some of it in the later portion, but like this early on bit. Yep, because draining all the mana. That's why in Arc 1 they have to wait for Amelia to finish healing, because otherwise. That's also a really cool aspect of Reinhardt that I do like a decent bit. Is like, not only is there the problem of, you know, he has trouble trying to improve because he's literally at the top of the food chain essentially, but it's also the thing of like, but it's also the thing of, you know, if you're in a fight alongside him and you're dealing with an opponent, but you are very mono focused, right, in terms of your skill set, that's a problem, right? You are absolutely fucked in that scenario because you have to deal with him as your partner. This is how you write a broken character. Just like right off the bat, broken sort of character. Because otherwise, it can feel very boring. Yep, there she is. Oh, are they gonna start it, but they don't actually go anywhere with it this episode? Mm. This music is really damn good. I know it's the same composer as before, but like, ooh, this fits the scene well. I like it. I can't wait for people to somehow still make fun of Amelia and all this sort of shit, even though like Arc 4 and this is just gonna be or like both Arc 4 was and this will be like fantastic for her character. And people are probably still gonna make fun of her, and it's just like, okay, me when I am illiterate. Oh, she just starts it off. I did not remember that. Oh, that's actually really funny. Well, anyways, here we go. Yeah, they're already affected, and here we go. Yep. Oh, her voice change. I think next episode is where I'll discuss the fun little comment. Oh my god, the voice acting. Give me just a second before. I want to enjoy this, dude. Oh, they're probably gonna end with this, honestly. She gets real crude with those comments. I totally forgot. Oh, the animation there. Oh, they don't mention the ice brand art. Huh. That's a little unfortunate they don't mention it, but I mean, it makes sense. Gets in the way of pacing, I suppose. This actually may well just going up. We There's the whip. Yeah, because he's supposed to use that like during like the second death area. Man. Oh, that's why in the trailer you couldn't see them because they're up there. That makes a lot of sense. Dude. Yep, the shot from the trailer. Mm. Oh, I just remembered her getting mad like this. I just remembered what happens next episode. I actually don't originally remember that. Dude, like the red and pink colors to it, like, oh. I, like I said, been a bit, but I don't personally remember the fight going this way. I do know, yeah, I was gonna say, I do know that he's supposed to show up. The smile she had when she was holding the kid, just like as a hus like, oh. Also, damn, the animation there. I also want to hear this ending song because, hey, Mythroid, you know, it's exciting. Um, the visuals to it might have even been nice. Actually, is this the shot from? No, I was gonna say, is this the shot from like the OG trailer? It's actually really nice visually. I do like this. I think next episode is where I'll discuss the fan theory that everybody has regarding Sirius because it's not really a spoiler, right? It like if we're being real, it's a spoiler in the sense of, yeah, if you like we don't make it that far, you know, then it's a little odd to talk about it. Oh my, the visuals for Capella there, holy shit. Um, that ain't even me being like biased or anything. She looked insane there. Which also confirms what I had seen people like discussing on Twitter is, yeah, oh dude. Uh, confirms what people had mentioned on Twitter of just like oh my god, the lighting and everything on this. Like I am actually stunned. And then yeah, they're showing, of course that yeah, uh, the like redo sort of area. And then yeah, everybody pushing back. Oh, that's awesome. Oh my god, dude, this is one of the best endings and openings we've ever gotten. Like holy shit. Wait a minute. No, okay. I was like I was looking at the map and I was stunned for a minute because I saw like map out of nowhere and I'm like, that's not what I think it is it? Right? I was just sitting there. I'm like, that's not hinting at six, is it? No, no, we're not. Okay, let me stop the timer there. Um, yeah, but next episode I'll discuss the factor because I don't think it's necessarily a spoiler in a sense. It technically like is because I would rather not discuss it till we reach that point. But it is a thing of like it is just a fan theory sort of thing, right? Um, so it's kind of the thing of we don't have any confirmation. It is just heavily implied in a sense, and there's also something with the anime that they made more prominent that I will point out as well. Funny usage of words there. Um, but that should be interesting to discuss and all that. This really threw me off. Like I honestly thought that was the maybe not the because like I don't remember if there necessarily was a proper full map sort of thing to it, but I thought that really was like the Arc 6 sort of map. I'm like trying to look around just to see like maybe it is actually around there in some sense, but no, it's just the city. Makes sense. Um, I mean, honestly, if they were gonna hint at it, they wouldn't do it with this core. As much as it would be interesting to do so, they wouldn't do it with this core. It'd probably be the next core where they would hint at it. Um, I see what I see what my good pal Dosh means now. Holy shit! Visually, this is fantastic. Voice acting, fantastic. Like, dude, like, okay, I gave everything previous a 10 because I absolutely loved it for obvious reasons. I almost want to rate this the highest already, and that's really saying something. That's not even my bias because this is like my second favorite arc of the series, right? That's not even bias or anything. That's just like, dude, they gotta handle 6 after this, And that's like fucking crazy to think about. Is we're gonna get like the best possible animation, voice acting, all this sort of shit for six. I'm not ready. I'm not ready. Dude, I'm gonna weep. It's just gonna be like it's not even gonna be a sad like scene happening, and I'm gonna weep. Fuck. That's just oh, that's a lot to think about. I am like floored by this, right? And I mean, I'm still excited for Bleach. I think the only reason I am more excited for this right now, other than the fact that this is higher on my list, it's been a while and it has new animation to it. I think the only reason I'm more excited about this than Bleach right now, to be honest, is just the fact that Bleach's recent episode, like last week, uh, was very like it was good, but it wasn't anything more than that. Because like animation wise, yeah, I could tell they made a whole ass like movie studio sort of section to their company to draw that shit, right? That looks phenomenal, right? In terms of Bleach's third course, like first episode. Looks phenomenal for the new animation. The problem is I said new animation there because there's like 8 minutes of that that is a recap. And it's the one time they've done that so far. It made sense for one of the moments, it didn't make sense for the other, in my opinion. Right? It wasn't necessarily, it didn't really need to be there, right? So that was my biggest like complaint with that, was just like a little bit too much recap. You could have shortened it down a bit. Um, because it's like, I mean, I don't think it has to immediately, fold to people not rewatching stuff and everything. I'm not saying everybody has to sit their ass down and rewatch, but it's like it is a smart thing of, oh, if this is a continuation sort of thing, it's smart to kind of rewatch if you don't have the like time to do the whole thing. It's smart to rewatch at least the last episode so you know what you're doing after that, right? That sort of thing. Um, but I had that problem with Bleach last week, and I think that's why I am so excited for this. And Bleach, I'm a little like right now. I'm like I am so excited for. I just that last episode was a little odd. That said, Bleach's next episode, if it has what I think it has, will also very much excite me. I'm excited for both essentially. Um, Kind of crazy to like think about it. We have 8 episodes. This was two. 3 next week will probably cover the rest of the stuff here and possibly the next section. Uh, but I don't know about that. It could actually. You know what? It could because we don't have part 2 for Garfield. And I'm gonna try to not say too many spoiler things. This was actually a problem I had with the Bleach one where I accidentally listed a spoiler thing and realized like 5 seconds later. Um, But I don't think it's a spoiler related to mention like, oh yeah, Garth stuff has to continue, right? The stuff involving him. That has to continue. Um I know the general thing of like after that, like, okay, I'm just trying to like calculate in my head of like if I can figure out how many episodes it's gonna be. I think it actually is gonna end where I like a lot of people kind of thought it was gonna end. I don't think it's ending on volume 2. I think it's ending in the middle of volume 3. There's a chance they go to the end of volume 3, but I think they're going to do the middle of volume 3 because of what that ends on, right? And the fact that the next thing is listed like with the title that it has, right? I think it might be the middle of volume 3 is what we get for the end of the core, and then next core will be the rest of it, right? There's a chance they do go to the end because I think the end of it also fits as a cliffhanger sort of thing, but I'm thinking the middle might be better solely because uh essentially by doing the cliffhanger at the end, I'm trying to like figure out how to discuss this without mentioning too much. By doing the cliffhanger at the end, what that essentially means is you have to wait like till what was it, like February, to get the continuation of that. And it's a little fucked because that is the sort of scenario, like I mentioned, like the whole recap sort of thing, where it's like, yeah, you might need to refresh yourself on this sort of stuff. So you might have to go back, rewatch that last episode, come back to it, that sort of thing. Um, but if they were to do it in the middle, I think the middle would also work really well because then you can handle the rest as its own thing. You don't have to worry about recaps. And then the middle serves as a great cliffhanger, right? It doesn't have to be that way. Honestly, I feel like either, cliffhanger works. But thinking about it, it is probably going to be there. Because the fact that we're already this far within, like, essentially what is going to be 3 episodes, I think the first, like, 6 or 7, I have a general idea what they're going to cover. And I think after that, it's going to be, like, volume free territory. I have a feeling that's what it'll be. And I'm cool with that. I am completely cool with that. I think that works. I think that works really well. I'm excited. We are genuinely so back. Like, I keep saying it, but like, this is phenomenal. I am so happy. This is some good shit. This is some very good shit. I like it. With that said, unfortunately, that's where we have to wrap it up. I wish we could. I wish there was more to do. I wish there was more to discuss. I technically could keep yapping forever, but I don't think everybody's going to be here for that. Um, Maybe at the end of the core. Honestly, if we're gonna have a whole yap session, I think at the end of the core is where I do my most. Right, is where I just discuss the most. I think that's a smart idea because that's when I can discuss a lot of details, how I felt about it, all this sort of shit. I think that's the idea. Alrighty. With that said, that is where we shall end off. We will be back next week. I'm very excited to be back next week, but we will be back. And yeah, I don't know what else to say. Take care. Have yourself a great night. Uh, I was gonna mention something about the main channel, but I'm like, I don't need to promote it. I did that last time. I don't like promoting stuff constantly, so nah, we're not gonna do that. But again, take care. Have yourselves a great night. I'm gonna put my mouse over the record button, and I will see you all later. Farewell, peeps.